My child, I am speaking directly to your heart now in this moment. Listen to me. A few days ago, I brought a warning to your spirit about a man who has drawn near to you. In your own way, you did listen. You acknowledged the truth in my words for a fleeting moment, and that brief obedience brought you temporary safety. But hearing my voice is only the first step. True safety, true peace, comes from weaving my words into the very fabric of your daily life. The danger I tried to save you from has not passed. In fact, it has drawn closer. The man I warned you about is nearing the final stage of his plan to hurt you. He has patiently waited for your guard to lower, for you to forget the quiet unease I placed in your soul. If you continue on this path, ignoring the persistent whisper of my guidance, you will be deeply wounded. The pain you will experience will be a direct result of choosing to believe his charming words over my unwavering truth. My child, understand who I am. I am your Father in heaven. The love I have for you is absolute, pure, and unconditional. It does not depend on your perfection, your successes, or your failures. I love you because you are mine. But you must open your eyes to the world you inhabit. This world is broken, and its systems are built on selfishness and conditional affection. Here, no one loves you with the purity that I do. Every person you meet in their own imperfect way is driven by their own needs, their own voids, and their own desires. To fulfill these desires, many will not hesitate to use you as a tool. They will masterfully play with your emotions, telling you what you long to hear, making you feel seen and valued, all while secretly planning how to take from you. And if their plans are thwarted, if you do not behave as they expect, their kindness can turn to cruelty in an instant. Some will not even hesitate to cause you physical harm to get what they want. The warning I gave you was not a suggestion, it was a lifeline. You held it, you felt its weight, but then you put it down. You forgot to carry it with you each day. You allowed the world's noise and his smooth reassurances to drown out my quiet, steady voice. And now, I see the toll it is taking on you. I see the invisible weight that has settled upon your heart, a heavy stone of anxiety and confusion. You carry the profound ache of trust betrayed, even if you haven't fully admitted it to yourself. You live with the gnawing fear of what he might do next, what disappointment lies around the corner. You look at your life, at the relationships around you, and you ask me, Father, why does love have to hurt so much? Why does caring for someone so often come packaged with pain and fear? Listen to me now and let this truth sink deep into your soul. The hurt you have experienced was never meant to be your identity. It was never meant to define who you are. The pain was a tool, an alarm bell meant to awaken you to a deeper reality. You were not created for a life of sorrow and anxiety. You were made for a joy and a peace that this world cannot give and cannot take away. I have been with you through every moment of your suffering. I have watched every single tear that has fallen from your eyes, each one a prayer your heart was too broken to speak. Not one of those tears was wasted. Each one fell into the soil of your soul and became a seed. And from those seeds of sorrow, a new and resilient strength is beginning to rise within you. You may not feel it yet. You may look in the mirror and see only weakness and exhaustion. But I see the truth. You are changing. The very storms that were sent by the enemy to break you are in my hands, shaping you into something unshakable, a fortress of faith that cannot be breached. Every lonely moment, every silent night when you felt abandoned, is being carefully woven into a beautiful and intricate design. One day, you will look back and understand the purpose in it all. The man who walks so close to you now, the very one I warned you of, is a master of deception. He has woven a web of charm with his words, creating an illusion of safety and affection. He offers a smile that does not reach his eyes because his heart is not filled with love for you. It is filled with a ravenous hunger. He desires to consume your light, your peace, your joy, all the things that are not his to take. And you know this. You have felt it. That small, still voice in the depths of your heart, my voice, whispered to you, "Be careful, this is not safe." And for a while you listened. You took a step back, but the world is loud and his voice is persistent. Confusion crept back in and you began to doubt the warning. You asked yourself if you were overreacting, if you were being too sensitive. But even in your doubt, I have never left your side. I am with you now, in this very moment, reaching out to pull you back before the wound he intends to inflict can cut any deeper. I am pleading with you, my child. Step away. Turn and walk in the opposite direction. You do not owe your peace to someone who actively feeds on it. You do not have to remain in a situation where you feel yourself slowly disappearing, where your voice gets quieter and your light grows dimmer. You must understand that you are not obligated to set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. A day is coming, and it will be very soon, when the truth about this man will be impossible to ignore. The mask of charm he wears so carefully will slip. It may only be for a moment, but in that moment, you will be given a clear view of the emptiness and darkness that lies beneath. It will hurt to see it. The truth will feel like a betrayal because it will shatter the illusion you wanted to believe in. But in that painful moment of clarity, you will finally and fully understand why I have been so urgently asking you to walk away. My warnings are not a punishment. I am not trying to deprive you of happiness. I am desperately trying to save you from a far greater, more devastating pain that awaits you if you stay. When that veil lifts, when you see him for who he truly is, do not fight it. Do not make excuses for him. Believe what you see. Let that painful truth be the key that sets you free. I hear the questions in your heart. Why, Father? Why does the world have to contain people like this? Why does my kindness seem to attract those who only wish to use it? My precious child, think of it this way. Light always attracts those who are lost in darkness. Your spirit shines with a light that you may not even recognize in yourself. Some broken souls are drawn to that light seeking warmth and healing, and they can be restored. But others, like this man, are drawn to it because they wish to extinguish it and steal its flame for themselves. They are spiritual vampires, feeding on the life force of others because they have none of their own. This is why I constantly tell you to guard your heart. But listen carefully. Guarding your heart is not the same as hardening it. A guarded heart is wise. It has boundaries. It is discerning. It is protected by prayer and my wisdom, but it remains open and capable of giving and receiving true love. A hardened heart, however, is a prison. It is a fortress built of fear and bitterness, and eventually it forgets how to love at all. You were created to love deeply, with great passion and empathy. That is one of your greatest gifts. But you were not created to let that love be a weapon used against you, to let it destroy you. In the days and weeks ahead, you will feel an intense internal struggle. It will feel like a powerful pull, a tug of war between two opposing forces. On one side will be the comfort of what is familiar. The relationship with this man, even with all its pain and anxiety, is known to you. The familiar will tempt you because it can deceptively feel like safety, even when it is actively hurting you. On the other side will be the uncertainty of the path I am calling you toward. It will seem lonely and frightening at first, but I promise you, the path I lead you on, though it may be harder at first, will bring you to a place of profound peace, a peace that does not rise and fall based on anyone else's approval or moods. I am asking you to walk with me, even when you cannot see the entire road ahead. I see what you cannot. I see the dead ends, the hidden traps, and the painful detours on the path you are currently on. I am already standing in the future you are so afraid to step into, and I am telling you it is safe. It is good. It is where you will find healing. There will be nights, long and quiet, when you lie awake and question if you are truly strong enough to do this. You will feel weak and alone. In those moments, I want you to remember this. True strength is not the absence of weakness or fear. True strength is what allows you to keep standing, to keep moving forward even when you are trembling. And you are not standing alone. My presence is with you always. It is the quiet, persistent voice inside you that says, keep going. You can do this. Just one more step. There will also be times when you feel numb, when the silence in your life feels heavy and oppressive. You may mistake this for my absence. You may think I have abandoned you, but that is a lie from the enemy. That silence is not my absence. It is a sacred space where I am working. It is the quiet workshop where I am carefully and lovingly rebuilding you from the foundation up. For too long, you have believed the lies spoken over you by people who never saw your true worth. They were broken themselves, and from their own brokenness, they judged you. They told you that you were too difficult, that you expected too much, that you were too emotional. They tried to convince you that you should be grateful for the tiny crumbs of affection they threw your way. But I, your Creator, tell you the truth. You were never asking for too much. You were simply asking from the wrong people. You were trying to draw water from an empty well. The deep, unconditional, and affirming love you seek truly exists, but it begins with me. It must be rooted in your relationship with me, and only then can it flow outward in a healthy way. Once you learn what my true love feels like, a love that is patient, kind, forgiving, and constant, you will never again be able to settle for its cheap imitations. The man who pretends to care for you, the one who drains your energy and peace, will fade from your life like a shadow at sunrise. And when he goes, I want you to let him go without bitterness. Do not waste your precious energy seeking revenge or trying to prove your worth to him. His approval is meaningless. His departure is not a loss, it is a gift. It will create a necessary and holy space in your life. In that sacred space, healing will begin. And into that space, I will bring new people, not replacements, but divine appointments. You will meet souls who see your light and are not intimidated by it. They will not see your kindness as a weakness to be exploited. They will not demand that you shrink yourself to make them feel comfortable. They will celebrate the fullness of who I created you to be. This is the future I have prepared for you. All I ask is that you trust me enough to let go of what is harming you now. This journey will not be without its tests. Your heart will be challenged. There will be days when old memories surface, whispering deceitful thoughts into your mind. They will try to convince you that maybe the past wasn't so bad, that maybe you could go back and fix things, that maybe this time it would be different. My child, you must recognize these whispers for what they are. They are traps set by the enemy to pull you back into bondage. The past cannot be rebuilt. It can only be redeemed. And redemption comes not by returning to what broke you, but by moving forward into the healing I offer. Every single time you choose my peace over the toxic nostalgia of the past, you are breaking another link in a chain that has held you captive for too long. Every time you say no more, you are teaching your heart what true freedom feels like. I know the depth of your loneliness. I know that sometimes the silence of an empty room feels louder and more painful than any angry voice could be. You have been tempted to believe that being mistreated is better than being utterly alone. But I tell you, that is a lie from the pit of hell. Loneliness is a temporary valley you must walk through to get to the mountaintop. Abuse is a permanent prison cell. You will not walk through this valley of loneliness forever. I promise you, on the other side is a life that feels light again. You will wake up one morning and without even realizing it at first, you will notice that the constant ache in your chest has softened. The cloud of fear you've been living under will have faded, and you will feel a quiet, gentle joy returning to your heart. That will be my gift to you, a sign of your obedience and trust. I am not a distant God watching your struggles from afar. I am within you. My spirit is breathing with your breath, guiding your thoughts and whispering my truth directly to your heart. Every good thing you have ever done, every act of love, every time you chose forgiveness over bitterness, every time you offered kindness instead of anger, that was me, moving through you. You have doubted yourself so many times, but I have never, not for 1 second, doubted you. I placed a strength and resilience inside of you that even the most intense pain could not erase. Soon you will be faced with a clear choice, a fork in the road that will define the next season of your life. One path will look easy. It will be the path of returning to what is familiar. It will promise quick comfort and an end to your loneliness. It is the path this man is offering you. The other path will look uncertain. It will look lonely and difficult at first. But I am telling you now, only one of these paths leads to true, lasting peace. Do not be afraid to choose the road that requires faith. I will meet you there. I will provide for you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Where others walked away from you, I will send new people who will walk alongside you. Where you thought doors were being slammed shut in your face, I will open new, better doors, not to replace what was lost, but to reveal what was meant for you all along. Do not allow bitterness to take root and poison the beautiful garden of your heart. Anger, left unchecked, can burn so fiercely that it blinds you to the new life that is trying to grow. Forgive, not because he deserves it, but because you deserve to be free. Forgiveness is not about reconciliation. It does not mean you must return to the person who hurt you or trust them again. Forgiveness means freeing yourself from the heavy chains of resentment that bind you to them. When you forgive, you take back your power. You declare with authority that their actions will no longer write your story. I will. The next season of your life will be quieter, but it will be so much stronger. I will rebuild you in the stillness. In that quiet, you will learn to enjoy your own company, to find deep joy in the simple things you once overlooked. You will rediscover a genuine laughter that doesn't depend on anyone else's presence or approval. And in that sacred quiet, your true voice, the one that has been silenced for so long, will return. You will begin to write again, or sing, or paint, or create in whatever way your heart expresses itself. And your creations will carry the beautiful fragrance of healing. Those who doubted you, those who watched you suffer and did nothing, will see the profound change in you, and they will not understand how it happened. Some, including the man I warned you about, may even try to come back into your life once they see the peace and light radiating from you. You will feel compassion for them, for you will see their brokenness clearly, but you will not go back. You will bless them from a distance and keep walking forward. That is not cruelty, my child. That is wisdom, born from the ashes of your pain. Your capacity for compassion will remain, but your boundaries will be firm, like walls of stone. You will finally learn how to love others without losing yourself in the process. In the years to come, I will use your story to bring hope and healing to others. You will meet people who are trapped exactly where you once were, confused, broken-hearted, and terrified to leave the person who is hurting them. Your words, forged in the fire of your own experience, will become a beacon of light for them. You will be able to look them in the eyes and say with absolute conviction, I once thought I couldn't survive this, but I did. And you can too. And they will believe you, because the undeniable peace in your eyes will speak louder than any words you could ever say. This, my beloved child, is how your greatest pain will be transformed into your greatest purpose. Do not be afraid of time. You have not missed your chance. You are not behind schedule. What feels like a delay in your life is actually a period of intense preparation. I am never late. This time of waiting has been the very process of shaping you for the incredible destiny I have for you. Every detour you took, every heartbreak you endured, every prayer that seemed to go unanswered, it has all been part of a greater, divine orchestration. When the moment of your breakthrough comes, it will feel sudden, but I assure you it will be perfectly on time. You will look back on this season of your life and you will finally understand why I had to close certain doors, why I had to end certain relationships, why I let certain people walk away. It was never rejection. It was always my protection. There will come a day when you stand firmly in a place of unshakable peace, and you will realize that the pain that once defined every aspect of your life has become your powerful testimony. You will thank men, not for the suffering itself, but for the incredible strength that grew out of it. You will no longer see yourself as a victim of what others did to you, but as a victor who became who you are in spite of it. You will smile a genuine smile, sleep without fear shadowing your dreams, and wake each morning with a heart overflowing with gratitude. That day is coming, my child. It is so much closer than you think. So please, hold on just a little longer. Do not turn back to what I have rescued you from. Do not attempt to heal in the same toxic environment that broke you. Trust that the warnings I have spoken into your heart are true. The man who was sent as a test will fade into the past. The peace that follows your obedience will stay forever. I am not asking you to understand everything right now. I am simply asking you to trust that my love for you is infinitely greater than the plans of anyone who wishes you harm. When you feel weak, call my name. When you feel lost and confused, just find a quiet place, sit in the stillness and breathe. I will meet you there. You will feel a warmth, a sudden calmness settle over your soul. That will be me reminding you that you are not alone. I will guide your steps one by one. You do not need to see the whole path. You only need to have enough faith to take the very next step. And every time you do, light will flood in where there was once only darkness. Trust me, my child. Walk away from him and walk toward me. Your new life is waiting.